profiling, the racial profiling that many Black people experience, nobody goes, oh no, you're African. Oh, you're African American. So those distinctions aren't made when people are profiled, right? So
honestly, the winter. I mean, I don't know what else you can really say. I don't know what else you can really say because everybody was telling me that
a lot of the people that are in pain, they try to deflect the attention from their sexuality by attacking those of us that are up and out, living out loud. So I feel sorry for them most of the time.
My continent is my identity, and it has opened doors for me.
I'm a very touchy person, but where I'm from, it's an okay thing. Like, to be close to each other, hug your friends, and America, I quickly learned that. Like, I remember being
before I moved to America, I would have never ever considered anything like therapy. Yeah. And I would have never thought of.
And then right before we came to the US, we lived in Ghana.
My dad used to tell me something. He said, "Don't be like me. I want you to be better than me. So that will be you."
And of course, went to New York, and I had this 80s film, 90s film, that type of just that vibe that you get in. And I think, me and my fiance talk about this all the time. We want to go back to New York because I don't think I stayed there long enough to really kind of enjoy it as much as I probably should have. So I love going. I love the people I met. I love the vibe. Love the accents, etc. I love how.
I don't try to pretend that climate change is not real, because it clearly is.
In terms of college, I didn't visit any schools. As you can imagine, I just looked at the brochures and picked the ones that seemed like that I could reasonably get into, that had good financial aid programs. And so
I came from a community, a childhood where I was always around my cousins. I was always playing around.
So my first culture surprise was tipping.
I think Africa's biggest problem is supply chain logistics infrastructure.
With a lot of things in Nigeria, like for instance, things like depression. I only heard of the depression when I moved to the UK. The whole time I was in Nigeria, I never knew it existed.
Yeah.
And also things like mental illness.
Oh, yeah.
You have a picture of mental illness as those mad that walk up and down
on the streets. Yeah.
There's a broad spectrum of mental illness, and there's some that are extreme and some that are just, not that. It's just, I think a lot of things with Nigeria is education. A lot of people are not well educated to how things and what things are. And with the whole aggression thing about Nigeria, but what I knew and when I realized how aggressive Nigeria was just being in traffic in Lagos, the way people drive. It's like they don't give space for someone. They don't let people in or out. It's like they feel like the Nigerian mentality is like, if I try to help somebody, they'll take advantage.